What is the nature of that kind of ideology? That the thing that unites, I guess, the IDW at the moment is a resistance to a certain type of thinking or a certain type of ideological thinking, especially in the media. How would you define that thinking?
Well, I mean, it's very simple. Here are two characteristics that I think you'd find in almost any member of the IDW. Almost every member of the IDW that I can think of is going to have very positive responses to things that come out of Muslim culture. And almost every member of the IDW is going to have a sense that there is a link between Islam and terror that is active at the moment, that is not active at the same level for any other group. Terror against civilians. Okay, well, these are two simple principles, which is you've got a very large religion. Most people in that religion are just like everybody else, perfectly lovely people. You've got a dangerous subculture in the religion. Its size is open for question, but there are a lot of people who are flummoxed. Why is it that I can't observe that somebody is saying Allahu Akbar after a mass killing? The news reports that somebody said something in a foreign language, or somebody said God is great. Well, you're not really reporting the news, are you? So that rankles. And on the other hand, you can't have people saying, okay, Muslims are a problem. That's not going to work either. So you'll simply find that there are these core balances that people in the IDW, I think, are better at striking, which is like, we don't want to be closed borders, we don't want to be open borders. Immigrants aren't simply positive, hardworking people who contribute to our economy, and they're not simply negative, gang members and welfare queens. Whatever these positions are, this is how the mainstream has been fighting through these idiocies for years. And the people in the IDW in general hold relatively moderate perspectives. And I think it's bizarre that it distinguishes us, that we're willing to hold moderate perspectives in public where the media is trying to drag us to. Either they're communists or they're fascists. Either these people are religious whack jobs or they're atheist nihilists. Well, in general, no. These are people who are balancing competing perspectives. They're engaging in a dialectic. And it is strange that there is no training for holding those positions in public when the awesome power of the media is to misportray everybody who attempts to find new ground.
And Dave Rubin said that pretty much anyone who was trying to think beyond ideology, so he was talking to his viewers and saying, you're part of the intellectual dark web if you're prepared to think about these things in a similar way. Do you agree with that? Do you think it's a bigger movement than just the names, the figures who have been kind of associated with it?
Well, there's sort of what I would call IDW Nation, which is the collection of people who's trying to add to the conversation who might not be part of the core group. And I think what I see there is it's not enough to try to struggle outside of the box. You also have to balance. Like, there is this issue of decency. You have to both be willing to look at the world for what it is, not what you want it to be. And you also have to bring a kind of decency. You can't take the cheap